AFTV Lee, 2 wins, 6 points, 2 clean sheets following the international break. What's your thoughts on the Burnley game?
Yeah, listen, today was all about the 3 points again. We've got to build blocks and build a foundation to go on for bigger and better wins. Listen, a lot of people were predicting that we weren't going to win today, but, I think that we showed today that the defence defended well at times, but ultimately another clean sheet. I'm just pleased we got the result because we needed that result. We needed to win today. Because of the start we've had, and it didn't really matter how we done it as long as we done it today. That was the most important thing, the result. I know people are going to say, the performance wasn't this, performance wasn't that. Yeah, when you're not winning, then you got an issue. But at the moment, we've had 2 not great performances, but 2 1-0 wins. This one, for me, was a lot better than last week.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you next. 2 very different tests for the back line. Burnley, being Chris Wood, Ashley Barnes, something we are, historically known to crumble against. That sort of a striker, that sort of a system that Sean Dyche, puts forward. But like you said, for the majority of the game, the defence done well. There was few moments, that caused a bit of a...
Yeah, a few scary moments which were caused by ourselves, but ultimately we've defended well. Look, if you don't concede goals, you're not going to lose games of football. It's not rocket science. So, not to concede, give us the opportunity. Wonderful free kick. We didn't play that well. I think our front three today were worked hard, but didn't really do it for me. They didn't create enough. Looked a little bit off the pace. But ultimately, you've built the flat platform to get something, a little bit of magic, which we gave with the free kick because it was a great free kick. That gives us the win, and then we had to defend it out. I'm going to have to say today, I thought Gabriel and Ramsdale need a big praise, and Tomiyasu, them 3 were top today at their very, very best, and needed to be. Tierney and Ben White, a little bit more work to be done with them too. The one criticism I've got today, and I'll say it now, and that is causing us a problem, is that players cannot go 90 minutes. Obviously, like Thomas Partey today, and who was the other one? Kieran and Thierry. They don't last 90 minutes, meaning we're having to make 2 substitutions so Mikel can't make tactical decisions to get into that game. What we needed was someone with pace like Martinelli, so when they're pushing right onto us, that we can have the option of a long ball over the top. We didn't have it because we've had to take players off because they can't last 90 minutes.
Did you see enough difference from the Norwich game to this game now to be more confident about the Tottenham game coming up next week? Because I know we got Wimbledon in between. I'd expect wholesale changes to this lineup, but the Tottenham game's the big one now for us, for Arteta.
Different game, if I'll be honest. I think because we're away from home today, where we're going to be home next game, I don't think we should make wholesale changes for Wednesday because we've not got a lot of midweek games. For me, the back 4 stays the same. Keep working on it. Keep working on the wide play, so the partnerships keep working. I'm not in for that no more. We haven't got Europe where we need to rest players for this cup competition. So this for me is good exercise to keep the defence solid and keep it going as a defensive unit and keep working. Maybe change Ramsdale, but for Leno so that he can keep sharp. But I would only change 1 or 2 for Wednesday, if I'll be honest. I wouldn't be making wholesale changes. And then going again, listen, if we can keep clean sheets, we've got chances of winning games because we have got some decent players. Wrong options today. I don't think we missed that many chances. It was a few times when we was in good positions and the final pass or the final decision wasn't right. But ultimately, listen, we'd have bit our hands off 2 weeks ago for 6 points. We've got 6 points now. We need to win against Spurs. Then all of a sudden we're looking. I think we're 12th in the league at this moment in time. So things are not as bad as what they were 2 weeks ago. And that's what I keep going on about, building a foundation to go on. That is what you do by being defensively sound. Build from the back first of all, and then the midfield and the forwards can start clicking. If the forwards would have clicked today, which they probably should have at times, we could have won 2 or 3 a day, and then we'd be going, well, that's a great performance. Yeah. So it's fine lines. But ultimately, for me today, it was about a defensive performance, and that was it. I've got to say, and also, if it wasn't for VAR, we criticised VAR on many occasions. You know what I mean? But today, VAR should not have even been used because the referee should not go. Did you see what I'm saying about when people turn around and say Arsenal, have got a thing about referees and we moan about referees? There's your answer, because that's never a penalty. But it wasn't even close to being a penalty. But if it weren't for VAR, that's a penalty. It's 1-1.
And even VAR asked him to go check the screen.
Go and check it, like, you know what I mean? Absolutely abysmal, like, you know. So it's not VAR. I've now come to the conclusion it's not VAR. It's the people running it and the people. The referee today shouldn't be refereeing the Premier League after making a decision like that. It's not good enough. We keep criticising the team, keep criticising the manager, and then when you see things like that on that, you know, that could cost someone a job.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely disgusting decision. Like, you know, Anthony Taylor should be ashamed of himself tonight. Ashamed of a performance like that.
In the words of Ty, you're a disgrace.
He's a disgrace today, like, you know.
And I hope you get relegated too.
But like, you know, listen, Burnley today. I think me and Dan were just talking off air, feel that they'd be safe. You know, if they put in performances like that, they get results. You know, and I don't care what anybody says. You've been to Burnley, I've been to Burnley. It's not the greatest place to go. I'll tell you what though, looking at it, it's probably better to go up there in September than in January, February. So we've had a little touch from that because it's very cold up there, like, you know.
We know.
I'll see the sun out. That's the first time in Burnley I've seen the sun out, and I ain't there. But like, ultimately now, listen, it's 3 points. It's done and dusted. We go now for obviously like two derbies, a Wimbledon one, you know what I mean, South London derby before Arsenal moved to North London, and then the big one. We take them out next week.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Lee. Love.